Hey guys, today I am here with Jacbis, unlike any other project I've done, personal project. It stands for Just a Community Built Intelligence System, which is a play on Jarvis, the Iron Man AI, which is just a rather very intelligent system. So, uh, what's different from Jacbis from like Siri or Cortana or like Google Now, some other type of home interface or just personal advisor interface is that Jacbis it's built by the community. Uh, Jacbis has a set of instructions that's already pre-programmed into it, but the community can also type a phrase and have a response to that phrase or keyword, uh, and then submit it. They could also add a Python script so they could alter the user's input with it'll be coming in as a string, and they could actually write a Python script and use a lot of my methods or Python libraries. And finally, you could create a random response if Jacbis doesn't know what to say. Uh, you can make Jacbis say anything, and it chooses this random response randomly from Firebase database. This is the config file. If you don't like the voice I'm using for Jacbis right now, there's a bunch of different voices. There's some female voices, some male voices, and just some goofy voices. Uh, you have a name, you have an email, the voice, and then finally these last two. This is if you want the community built phrases, and then finally if this is if you want the random phrases at the end. If you don't want Jacbis to say anything randomly, you can just set this to false. If you don't want Jacbis to pull up community built phrases, you can just set this to false. Uh, yeah, so let's get into it. Let's activate Jacbis by a keyboard shortcut, and I'll show you how to do this in a separate video. Here we go.
How can I be of service?
Hello.
Hi there, I am Jacbis. How can I help you?
So that was just a goofy response, but it could do so much more. So let's give it some sample input, and just to show you guys what Jacbis can do. So the first one is it could pull up information on any really person, place, or thing, or anything really, and it does this by searching social media, Wikipedia, and Google. So let's try this.
How can I be of service?
Hey, can you pull up information on Matthew McConaughey?
Pulling up information on Matthew McConaughey.
So now it opens it up on Google Chrome, gives me a Facebook search, a Twitter search, Google search. It gives me a Wikipedia search, but since it's Matthew McConaughey is a huge actor, so he has his own Wikipedia page. It gives me his Wikipedia page, and it gives me a Google search. So let's close out of these and move on to uh, the next command. So it could play your favorite songs from your favorite artists. So let's just get into it. So we go
How can I be of service?
play the Beatles.
Playing songs by the Beatles.
Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go?
So it recognized that I wanted the Beatles, and it figured out that the Beatles was a band. So it just wanted to play songs by the Beatles. So it pulls up a playlist of the Beatles' greatest hits, which is the first YouTube search. So say I want something more accurate than just songs by the Beatles. I want a specific song, so I can say
How can I be of service?
play Yellow Submarine.
Playing Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
So it figured out Yellow Submarine was a song by the Beatles, and it wants to play that specific song.
In the town where I was born, lived a man.
So that was that. You could do this for really any artist. And while I already made this part, I was watching the Google keynote. So they demoed their Google Home device, and they told it to play Shakira's song in Zootopia. And I immediately paused the video and tested that command out with Jacbis, and I think you guys will be surprised on the output. So
How can I be of service?
play Shakira song from Zootopia.
playing Try Everything by Shakira.
So it figures out the song name of, uh, the song I give it information about, and it plays it on YouTube. So now let's move on to some other things. So it also gives you searches. So I could say,
How can I be of service?
give me searches for French onion soup on YouTube.
Getting searches for French onion soup on YouTube. How can I be of service?
Give me searches for French onion soup.
Getting searches for French onion soup on Google.
So if I say YouTube, it'll go on YouTube. If I don't say anything, it'll just go on Google, and it gives you searches for really anything you want. So we could also ask it for definitions. So I could say,
How can I be of service?
what is the definition of innovation?
1. The action or process of innovating. 2. A new method, idea, product, etc.
And we could also tell it to remind you about something using, Google Calendar. So I could say,
How can I be of service?
remind me to work on some personal projects tomorrow at noon.
Okay, I will remind you to work on some personal projects tomorrow afternoon.
So uh, it recognizes what I want. It uses the Google Calendar API, a quick add function, to add it to my Google Calendar. So let me do that. I think shows work on some personal projects right here, Sunday. Cool. Um, Finally, we have some other things. So we can ask it just random phrases that if it pops up on Google or Bing, it will give you the answer straight up. So like some questions like,
How can I be of service?
what time is it in London?
6:13:41 p.m.
And we could also ask it,
How can I be of service?
when is Taylor Swift's birthday?
December 13th, 1989.
So these are uh, the functions that are pre-programmed into Jacbis, and as you can see, it does a lot already. So uh, what it what you can add to it, what I already added to it was some phrases and some Python scripts. So I didn't program anything to be recognized when I say the word salt, but if I do say it,
How can I be of service?
salt,
Pepper.
it says pepper. This is just straight up salt, pepper, and I submit it. Uh, I also added a Python script, so if I say not hello, but if I say hey, then it'll say hey and then my name. So I can say,
How can I be of service?
hey,
Hello, a beer.
and that's the Python script I added for it. So have fun with this, guys. It's really cool. So yeah, and in the next video, I'll show you how to install this, how to activate it by a keyboard shortcut on Mac, and yeah, just have fun with it. Thank you.